In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Road Atlanta. Road Atlanta is a 2.54 mile track in Braselton, Georgia. It has 12 corners and quite a bit of elevation change. The first half of the course is fairly technical with some chained corners, and the back half is very high speed and quite power heavy, which makes for a fun combination. Entering the track from the auxiliary pits puts you right into the middle of the racing line. You have a good look to your right side mirror at upcoming traffic, so be very aware when entering the track. Turn 1 is a fast uphill right-hander. You want to turn in a little bit late and get back to the power early. The break in the wall here and the kink in the left side line here are good references for braking. As you turn in, aim for the apex curb and start coming onto the power again before the apex, as the hill will take a lot of your energy. You don't need to track out the whole way since you need to come back to driver's right to set up for turn 2. Turn 2 is a cresting left that is really the setup for the sharp turn 3. Full throttle here until the curb straightens out, which is the reference point for turn 3 braking. Turn 3 gets a little brake and a hard right into a quick downhill left. Initially, take it easy on the apex curb as it really unsettles the car. As you become more comfortable, you can start cutting turn 3 curbing, which will let you carry more speed, but also set up your turn 4 entrance a little bit better. Turn 4 is a throttle limited downhill left. The car will want to slide or rotate on you if you give it too much power. An early upshift here can help reduce the issue and make the car much more stable. Now the S's at Road Atlanta are not officially numbered. Turn 5 is that left-hander you see way at the top of the hill. For simplicity, I'm going to call them 4A, B, and C, but keep in mind these aren't real corner designations. 4A is a downhill right that you'll want to turn in for around when the entrance curbing starts rejoining the main track. Basically, you're trying to set up the straightest shot you can up the hill. 4B is a quick left that you barely turn for. The closer you can keep it to the curb, the straighter your shot up the hill, and the better set up you are for turn 5 braking. 4C is the uphill right that works as the braking zone for turn 5. Once you get your wheels straight, brake hard but short for turn 5. Turn 5 can be very intimidating because of the lack of runoff and how blind the corner appears to be. The apex is where the curbing changes direction, but the hill eats a lot of your speed, similar to turn 1. Exit track right, but as you go over the crest, the car will become very light, so make sure that your wheels are pointed straight up track by that point. The short straight to turn 6 lets you move track left, check your gauges, give or take your point buys, and set up for turn 6. Turn 6 has lots of camber, so it is quite fast. Again, a break in the wall here provides for an extra marker under braking. You're aiming for a mid-corner apex as the camber of the corner goes away from you on corner exit. Turn 7 is tight and very flat. You want to turn in late and be very patient on the gas. As you exit, the track goes downhill a hair, so if you rush to the gas, the car is going to understeer. If you try to fix that with more gas, you're going to spin the car track right. Next up is a long straightaway down towards turns 10A and 10B. You can kind of pick your poison on where you want to put the car for this, but I recommend track left for 2 reasons. 1, it makes turn 9 a little bit easier if you're in a higher powered car, but 2, it also makes turn 9 much less scary since it's downhill, semi-blind, into a very hard braking zone. By straightening out turn 9 as you come across the track, it lets you brake early and be confident that the car will stop as you approach turn 10A. 10A is a hard left that isn't a true throwaway, but you want to compromise the exit of A to set up for 10B. 10B is an uphill exit right with some good camber, so it's fast. A rear-wheel drive car could see some oversteer here on exit, so make sure that the nose is going up the hill as you come to full power. Turn 11 here is easily the most intimidating corner on the course. It's a totally blind roller coaster drop into turn 12. A lot of people suggest using the markers on the bridge here to line up for 11. I don't love this mainly because it has your eyes looking way up instead of down to turn 12. The markers mainly just indicate the middle of the track. What I used was the top of the gravel pit here as soon as you crest the hill. Take it easy as you learn this corner, but it is very fast. My Z is flat out through here. On the exit of turn 11 and the entrance to turn 12 is a concrete patch that can really unsettle the car, especially if it's wet. Unfortunately, it's right on the school and racing lines, so it's important to make sure you're smooth with all of your inputs as you cross the patch to minimize its impact on the car. Turn 12 is an extremely late apex that's on the last little kink of the apex curbing here. After that, you come onto the power and open up your hands as you power onto the front stretch. This corner is also extremely fast, but on the exit there's a concrete wall waiting for you just over the grass, so it's best to work on getting fast elsewhere before you tackle this very high-risk corner. Alright, so let's take a look at a full lap around the course here. Coming down the front straightaway, you see the break in the wall already on the left. That's my braking point for 1. Get the downshift and a late turn in, but I'm going to come back to the power early. Not going to bother tracking all the way out because I want to be track right for the entrance of turn 2. As I come back to the left for 2, I'm going to downshift and brake as the curb straightens out and really get a big piece of this apex curbing. Notice my hands are really bent out of shape from that. Early shift to keep the stability for 4. Here's the curbing on the left. I'm going to turn in for the S's. Nice and straight shot up the hill. Now for 4C, I'm going to downshift and brake real hard. Get that apex curbing on turn 5. And come out all the way track right. I want to be straight here so I don't get an oversteer moment. Now I'm going to start checking my gauges, give any point buys I might want to give. There's that break in the wall. I'm going to use a later brake marker. A little bit of an early turn in here. I'm trying to carry a bit more speed as I come out all the way track left. Now I want to be super patient. Late turn in, late on the throttle. Now I'm coming to full power. Now I got this long straightaway. Check my gauges one more time. Check my mirrors. Give any point buys I got to give. Start thinking about dinner, where I'm going to go eat. Maybe start thinking about getting a tune for this thing to shorten this straight up a little bit. I don't know, look at the sky, check out the clouds. Here's turn 9, nice and easy, back across the track, down into this hard braking zone for 10A. Want to get in a little bit late, but as soon as I get to the apex, now I want to start really going for full power as I come towards B. Little bobble here coming up the hill. I want to get center track now, get my eyes up to that gravel pit so I know where my exit curb's going to be. Nice and stable across this concrete patch. Late, fast apex through 12, running all the way out to the exit curbing. And that's going to be 1 lap around Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta.